This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me at CGB, and today in the arena we're going on an adventure. Today was supposed to be the day that JESKAI LUKKA and Fires of Invention and Agent of Treachery got banned. Wizards pushed it back a day, and that means one more day of dead standard, some would call it, but I've decided to take it as a challenge. You see, I'm about 5 wins from Mythic, something like that. It's really early in the season. I've been ranking up pretty aggro this season, and being 5 wins away from Mythic, I really just want to get it done. And I hate playing against JESKAI LUKKA, I'm not gonna lie, but there's something about it, right? It's the Drago, it's the big, powerful deck in the format. It's so OP it had to be banned. I kind of want to beat it. I want to defeat it. I want to get Mythic despite it. And about once a season, for as long as Eldraine is in Standard, we probably have to remind you that adventures are a deck. So I figured, hey, if we're not going to see all the new tech for once JESKAI LUKKA is gone, then we may as well show off Temur Adventures, which is still a really good deck. So this is a pile of cards. They're like all from Eldraine. It's a block deck, I think. Is it 100% Eldraine? It is. 100% Eldraine except for the mana base. All 4 ofs too, just very straightforward. 28 land. Don't miss a land drop, you'll lose. There is a Ketria Triumph, a new hotness. Now, I'm telling you, I might do this. I might actually do this deck with Teferi, as I threatened to do in yesterday's video, but not today. So in the sideboard, we have a lot of bullets for different situations. You'll notice the sideboard isn't full of a lot of raw power. It's full of a lot of situational answers, and cheap ones at that. And that's because this deck does a really good job getting a ton of mana on the field and overwhelming the opponent. You can beat them to death with your creatures just fine. You don't need a flashy win con. But as long as you can keep them from beating you, you'll usually win the long game, because your deck has so much value in it. So as long as you fetch cheap cards to keep the opponent in check, you'll be fine. Red Cap Melee is great against Wynota. This is a preemptive fetch against Wynota that also helps against Mono Red. Mystic Repeal takes out enchantments. If you know your opponent's going to play an ECD or a Fires, this can be very good. It's great against Annex, Hardened in the Forge, I would add. Grafdigger's Cage, great against Cat Oven, also great against JESKAI LUKKA. If you are able to, against JESKAI LUKKA, a great way to wreck their main strategy is to use Fae of Wishes to fetch a cage and play it as soon as you can. Shadow Spear, that is the life gain. We often are just getting pinged to death by cats or attacked to death by flyers or whatever, and a Shadow Spear on any one of these creatures can really help fix that. Soul Guide Lantern, that is for the cycling decks hitting Zenith Flare, Disdainful Stroke, and negate any decks with big cards. You want to fetch a counterspell package so that they can't resolve their Agent of Treachery all natural, so to speak. Fling is your win con. Get your Beanstalk Giant big enough and fling it at the opponent. Return to Nature. Just a good versatile card that can hit a number of things, including an Uro in the graveyard, so don't forget that, although Shadow Spear, Soul Guide Lantern kind of hits the whole thing, so is often better for that. This is good when you don't know exactly what you're going to have to deal with, whether it's the Oven or the Kroxa in the graveyard. And then there's Domri's Ambush, which is actually a really good removal spell with all the creatures in the deck, and you end up fetching it quite often. Don't forget, it can hit Planeswalkers. Barrier Breach, this is a techie one from the new set. Exile up to 3 target enchantments. I love games where I exile people's Fires of Invention and their Elspeth Conquers Death and their Omen of the Sea, and now they can't use their Yorion to good effect anymore. Storm's Wrath, the Wrath against the aggro deck's very solid. It's actually good against LUKKA to clean up the tokens and the Planeswalkers all at once. Once in future, use the best cards again. Genesis Ultimatum, kind of the meme. I had the 4th escape. I moved the 4th Escape to the Wilds to the deck This should probably be the 4th Escape to the Wilds with something else being in the deck. I just couldn't choose what to add. Adventurous Impulse is an option, but at the end of the day, I liked the Eldraine Tribal 4 of all the way down approach. And then Mass Manipulation, good to steal all the Planeswalkers from that greedy Lukka deck. So that is the deck with a quick rundown of the sideboard silver bullet cards. And we are going to see if we can go on an adventure to get Mythic. And I want to do it in spite of the Lukka Menace. Let's beat him. Let's go. Since one Clover wasn't enough, maybe this double Clover hand will treat us better. Up against Lurrus, though, this time, we're not going to get a lot of time to do our thing. Let's play this first so that we can play Clover, then Clover, make 3 1/1s. That could be really handy. Whatever kind of Lurrus deck they are, a bunch of cheap blockers is usually good. I guess I don't know what they're up to. We're also going to need to draw a card that isn't a land by the time we've spent this Lovestruck Beast. Okay, we're one of the few decks that doesn't care much for that, so that's fortunate. Here's the 1/1s. Went from being a dude in love to having a whole harem. What a guy. What a beast. Uh-oh. It's auras? Oh no. And I don't have any interaction yet. How are we going to race this? We can't. We just can't. It's a good draw. That can help us put something together. What do we need to put together? We need to kill this, and we need the opponent not to be able to save it with cards like Karametra's Blessing. So, what's our interaction? Barrier Breach. Exile up to 3 enchantments. Could be good. Omri's Ambush and Negate could also be a good tag team if they leave up 1 mana. Mystic Repeal can exile 1 enchantment. Shadow Spear can counter race. We get 3 cards. Alright. Give me the Breach. They'll have to read that one, I bet. Give me the Ambush. And give me Negate. After Digger's Cage can shut down the Lurrus, I just don't think that's a big priority. I guess Return to Nature can be good for this too. But I think we just want the Negate to counter some kind of a protection spell. The Ambush is insurance against Lurrus. Mainly what I want to do is exile these enchantments and not care so much about a Hushbringer. But we'll see. Yep, they go in for another one. 4/5, 5/5 attacker. Feel it. Feel the burn. Ugh. And Lurrus just comes down. Okay. Okay. So, we can kill the Lurrus here, or we can kill the Hushbringer. The Hushbringer I can't block, so I think that's an absolute must. And this fetches. So let's do that. It's actually mana even here, which is nice. I mean, I guess they can replay some of the enchantments if they want to. If I play this and exile their enchantments, I'm in a pretty good spot. Actually, I can ambush the Lurrus and Barrier Breach the enchantments. Dead. Alright. See if the opponent has the guts to block this. If they do, we can exile the enchantments and the Hushbringer dies. I think we hold this so that the opponent might commit something like an All That Glitters. We also have a negate, so if they actually try to push this to where they could kill me, we could negate it. There's the Aegis. I think that's fine. That's one of the things we can exile. 2 eyes. I can't exile both. Are you ready? I'm trying. I can't see them. God. All right. So the Aegis, we want to get the eyes. We want to get solid footing. They could have another solid footing to flash in. So we want to hit the Aegis, and we'll hit one of the eyes. Blessing. That's 4. Down to 3. Opponent up to 31. So I'm sure I want to play Fae of Wishes. I'm sure I also want to negate. I need to hit an untapped land with escape, and then I can do that too. If I hit all shock lands or a tapped land though, I might have to go down to 1 to do this, which is very risky. I don't love it. So I think we play conservative. I think we play conservative here. Here's my blocker. Here's my 5/5. Here's this. How are we gonna deal with a little Hush here? So a few things that we have to watch out for are Glaring Aegis can make the Hushbringer unblockable, but they still need to get it to a 3 power to finish me. There's God's Willing. We'll have to negate that. We can't risk them going unblockable. Sentinel's Eyes. Okay, we can block that. Brazen Borrower. Yes. Okay. We can attack with Lovestruck Beast. We could just bounce now. Tough choice. I mean, they're at 34, so getting a clock on the battlefield in the form of a Beanstalk Giant and attacking them doesn't seem very good, but maybe it is. Petty Theft. If we actually want to keep our Brazen Borrower, we have to target things like the Sentinel's Eyes, but letting them go to the graveyard might be better since they can only get back 1, not 2. Yes, I want the body. Just start hitting them. Make them think about their life total for a change. Serpent. Protection from multicolor, do you say? So, do we want to go get Shadow Spear and just counter race them with life gain? Is that better than 2 Escape the Wilds? 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 to search, then there's 1, 2, 3. We can do it. I think that is better. I think it's the best. All right. Feels weird. Give up 10 cards for 1, and, well, an extra 2. Shadow Spear is good. I think we also want what? Fling? Mystic Repeal and Return to Nature are nice, but we're not even going to have them open this turn, so maybe we just want the more powerful cards. But yeah, let's grab Fling, threaten to kill the opponent. And let's grab Genesis Ultimatum if that doesn't work. Dial up the pressure. We're gonna do lifelink races. I will show you that I can race as well. Bang bang. He shot me down. I could do this a few ways. I could just go face. Ooh, they got the blessing, huh? All right. Sure. Flinging for the win. Four straight games against JESKAI LUKKA, but we're on the play this time. Maybe we won't miss a land drop. Hold on. What am I going to need on turn 2? Probably nothing. Their first turn's just a tap land. We may as well make the 1/1. And then play the tap land on 2 and the Love Struck on 3. I got so used to being on the defensive immediately, like on turn 1. Alright, do we ramp? I think we 5/5. Next turn we can ramp and still have our 2 mana play, and then the turn after that, Fae of Wishes for the cage. Stop fiddling around with my stuff. It's not cool. I say go. Giant. Guess we go get a red. And okay, if we attack here and they have Omen and they block my 1/1, it keeps my beast from attacking in the future, which could be a big problem. So let's just send the beast. Also, they didn't have turn 3 Narset or Teferi, so this is a much more chill draw out of the JESKAI deck. They probably have Omen of the Sun or a Shark Typhoon, but it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Okay, Shark comes out. You want to take 5? The opponent wants to absorb it. That's fine with me. I still think we save these interactions and see what our opponent has for us. We might end up on end step either using Bone Crusher or Borrower, just to get the token out of the way, but it depends what they play and how they use it. For example, if they play a Teferi, then we definitely bounce this because they can Teferi the beast but still lose Teferi to the token. If they Teferi the token, then we can Bone Crusher the Teferi if we really want to, or we could rip a 1/1. The end. That's another Shark. Am I supposed to save my Borrower then? If I'm going to wish for a cage, that's my whole turn. What am I saving the Borrower for? It might have a better use in the future. Alright, I'm gonna save it. We'll see if that turns out to be right or wrong. I'm going to keep attacking with this beast. I'm guessing they have another Shark or they wouldn't have done the Shark Typhoon play in the first place. No, this time they take the damage. Alright. Probably an Omen. Granted. Give me a cage. Pick him in the cage. Omen of the Sea. Okay, that was their turn. They were trying to set up for their Lukkanation. But now Lukkanation doesn't work unless they can also bounce the cage. And even then, it only works for one turn. Narset, of course.
88 ways to defeat you. Pick one. Meditate and prepare.
Fires of Invention. Get ready for that. Yay. Double spelling's cool. Escape to the Wilds. That's a good draw. So I think I do want to blink this, kill this, but let's start with Escape. Okay, we almost missed on the land there. Alright, these are our lands. How do we want to use them? We could adventure the Lovestruck Beast for another 1/1, or we could cast the Edgewall Innkeeper. If they have a sweeper, we don't want to lose the Innkeeper that way. So I think we adventure this beast. We brazen the wall. And we attack the Narset. And we, by the way, make the 1/1 before combat in case they have, I don't know, any way to kill this. Yep, just try to leave them with no toys. So we use the Brazen, let's put that over here. We use the Beast, let's put that over here. The cards that we have in exile are Escape, Eddie.
I was not prepared for this.
That's a lot. It's a pretty good set of cards. They don't expose the Fires of Invention, they lead with the Narset. What's that tell us? They want Clarion here? Even if they hit Clarion, I play another Innkeeper, attack with the Beast, and then it's off to the races. Elspeth Conquers Death? My deck really doesn't care about that card very much. It's much better when it's free than when you pay 5 mana for it, but it's still not that big of a concern. If we can find another Fae of Wishes, and especially a Lucky Clover, we can get the card that exiles enchantments. Alright, so I think we start with the other Escape. Because that I know I want to play. Still no Clovers, though. It's a bit of a tilt. So, 1, 2... We can cast both Eddies and play the Bone Crusher and Lovestruck Beast. I think that's fine. If we're going to cast the Eddies, we may as well do them pre-combat. Again, in case the opponent somehow interacts with these, but it seems really unlikely. So, the Bone Crusher Giant I need to play now. Do I actually have to play this if I can draw 3 cards instead? Probably not, right? We still need to find Clover. Actually, did I just miss lethal? Oops. Mythic Gamer. Mythic Gamer.
I shall miss your
So
company.
the opponent's at 6. Yeah, let's just do this. I actually didn't pay enough attention to their life total, not even close. Not gonna lie. I was too busy worried about all the things that could come out of their deck. Call it Lukka fatigue. If you haven't been there before, I don't recommend it. It's not fun. Not fun. There's a Solar Blaze. The opponent wipes the board. They still don't expose the Fires of Invention. What do you think that's about? They just want to threaten? They want to bluff me? Perhaps. Legit. Alright, they're at 4. I think we just reload here. If we draw a Clover, it could be lethal. Alright, they're going to do that. Let's also draw a card here. Would that have saved them from lethal last turn? The Omen of the Forge? Maybe it would have. No. Because of the 5/5, right? Okay, we draw this. We can go fetch something. I guess we just fetch Fling. Pressure them to gain life or die. Good enough. Embarrassing slightly, but good enough. This might be our 5th Jeskai Lukka in a row. We have the Clover, we have the interactive card, so we're going to give it a go. We're on the draw. It's absolutely terrifying, quite honest. And I think we just play you out. We might have some trouble getting blue mana at some point, but I think it's okay. All right. First time that they haven't birthed a Melitist in a while. God bless Jeskai Lukka. Over and edgy on the field. Let's go. Teferi. Let's see what they bounce. Over's more mana, but the Innkeeper can kill the Teferi. It's the main reason we played the Innkeeper on 1.
Don't worry, I got
For this play pattern.
really should have seen that coming.
Gross. But
If you wish to
manageable.
surrender now, I understand. Keep an open mind.
Yay, fires. Miss a land drop for me. Ah, they didn't. What do you know?
This is overwhelming.
Get some damage in. So last game that was successful, we were on the play and we had a Lovestruck Beast to put a lot of pressure on the opponent's life total. We're missing that right now. Our opponent with a Fires, okay. Let's see what else they have. Omen of the Sea, okay. So I don't think this is Brazen Borrower. We need the interaction to keep the Lukka from just absolutely going nuts. And they scry. So yeah, I don't think we borrow the Fires here. I mean, if we do, they can't Lukka us next turn. Actually, maybe we do that, because then we get to draw into Escape. Alright, you... And then we get to Fae of Wishes into Cage, right? Another Borrower. It's pretty good. But I think... Ooh, then do we leave the shields up with the Borrower? And escape next turn when if we hit another Borrower, we can also play it? Probably. Not a good reason not to. The opponent may not be able to Lukka us next turn. But is there something worse they can do? Actually, if their turn is exactly what it was last turn, we're going to regret not playing this. Because it's not really worth the interaction we're giving it. And this gives us another land. And yeah, I think it's a place to tap out if there is one. And look at all the interaction. Look at all the interaction here. but no Fae of Wishes yet for the cage. Opponent replays the fires, replays the Omen, as we predicted, which is why we went with the escape clause. But we have another escape for this turn as well as a Beanstalk Giant, and that should be able to leave us with 2 mana open. We could see if we hit Clover first before we Beanstalk Giant. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. I guess we couldn't have done both, though. Worth noting. All right, this is our last chance to play this one, so let's do it. So we played this, so this is no longer adventure zoned. Agent. Steal the Clover, sure. All day, baby. Brazen Borrower will get it back as well as rebounce the fires. The problem with that, actually it won't rebounce the fires here. I think we should just draw cards. Is getting the Clover back worth it here? May play until end of turn. No may play until end of turn. All right. And then this one we played last turn, so this should be here. All right. Well, their next agent will have to hit this as well, and maybe we can find a way to keep that agent from even happening. And in the meantime, we ramp up a lot more. We are out of interaction, so whatever broken stuff the opponent wants to do, they get to do. Kind of a tilt. Alright, we still have all this land. I guess I could have played 2 creatures. No, I would have had to play an untapped land. Okay. So yeah, let's play you. Maybe it makes more sense to have a Borrower, or at least hold up on casting a Borrower, but I still could draw something for 2 mana to play this turn to make use of this 2 mana. Or I could draw another land. The Flood hit pretty hard here down the stretch. I have nothing that will hold priority, so if I shock to bluff, it won't be an effective bluff. And I think I'm probably going to cycle this Triome at some point. This turn's going to suck. We'll see if we can endure it. We have a lot of creatures. This turn is really gonna suck. The opponent will probably take all of our relevant things. We'll try to rebuild the board. They might be able to take it all again. Okay. That's one play. I'm guessing Yorion is number 2. Blink the Agent, steal my Clover? Maybe.
I know my
Okay.
responsibility.
They're going to bounce their fires rather than play the Yorion. They're setting up for even more. Okay. Guess this all works.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
Real question is, do I get to untap with my Edgewall Innkeeper or my Clover? It doesn't look like they can get both. Any reason they didn't do that before playing the Yorion? No, sequencing. It's hard. I goof up too.
No longer. Stand by and watch.
Okay, they took the Clover. Escape. If I could escape, recreate a place that's my own world. All of the borrowers. Oh man, alright. What toys shall we find that will get us out of this? I guess we could just set up the fling combo, right? Barrier Breach is pretty good too. Maybe those are the two cards we want. Cage can keep the opponent from Lukkaing out another agent. I'm feeling like we just go for it though. Not gonna have any mana open that ECD won't tax. So yeah, let's just go for it. Fling. Cage. Cage can get bounced, so maybe it wasn't a great choice. We are down to 9. We have to watch ourselves. If we go to 7, can the opponent just kill me? Maybe I'm supposed to play... If I play another Innkeeper to block, and I block here, what am I taking? 5 in the air? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I guess shocking in an Innkeeper isn't worth the 2 life here. So we play Cage. Play this. See what they can do. Did I get too deep on this game? It's possible. Possible. But they don't usually have that kind of reach, you know, where they just kill you out of nowhere. I mean, I could go use the bathroom right now, maybe. Lifelink, sure. That is a play. I guess we'll preserve every point we can. Don't really need this Edgewall Innkeeper. Down to 4, opponent to 26. And they slam the fires, and now they can't play more spells. I think these are all adventure zoned except for the Eddy. Bounce the Clover, sure. Go to 1. Alright, so, can't kill them. You can play a ton of creatures. And draw a ton of cards for them. That doesn't seem too bad. 24 cards in deck. Alright, we have all these Brazen Borrowers to flash in. We have this Beanstalk Giant we can cast. The Teferi's in shutting down the playing of Fling is pretty frustrating. We need to make sure we can block a lot of things. Let's play this Fae. Of course it's a land. I guess we do want to make sure we play a lot of things that can block flyers. But a little bit of ground too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That casts 3 Borrowers. That should be pretty good. But don't forget Teferi. There's another Clover, sure. Should I kill the Yorion? I could play Beast and fling it at Yorion, but that's my win con. I guess I could always get something back later. Yorion can't re-enter the battlefield. Maybe the opponent will forget that. That's a pretty good gamble. It's a big gamble, but it could turn out pretty good. Alright, I kind of like it. But I will eventually just get to 24. I will eventually just get to 24 lands on the battlefield, right? We can get this back out of the graveyard, it's fine. Oh, cancel. I'd have to pay for that. Why'd I forget that? Because I'm an idiot sometimes. It happens.
This isn't a fight you can win.
So if they have Clarion here and they can Teferi bounce the Fae, they win. We go for the cage. So that's a Lukka. Lukka Clarion? Kind of a fancy way of doing it that they didn't need to do.
I can do better than you.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, Flexer's gotta flex. They're in for the win. I do like that they played the lifelink Clarion the turn before. That was pretty slick. Oh! Oh! It's not over. It's not over. 16-16 Giant. 26 is our opponent's life total. No attack. Cowardly. Look at the draw. Let's go grab the frickin' sideboard, team. They still have a Teferi, so the counter spells aren't great. Although Storm's Wrath, hold on. Storm's Wrath clears so much. It leaves the Yorion. Can we deal an extra point of damage to the Yorion? We can red cap melee it. Alright. We can ambush it. So let's grab Storm's Wrath. Grab the ambush. And we're at 4 life. I think a Shadow Spear is a worthy nab. But we could just grab a negate or a disdainful stroke. Shut the opponent down in the future. I guess we are at risk to a lot of things. Big Shark being among them. Is there anything here that stops a big shark? It's a good question. I don't see it. So I guess it is the spear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we don't care about any of this, so we go face, right? There is the threat that we can still Beanstalk Giant Fling if they take too much damage. Down 23, they still have the Yorion. 1 mana for cage. I guess I'm dead to a shark anyway, no matter what here. So I just have to... Because I can't replay a Brazen Borrower, right? And then also ambush and also Storm's Wrath. Actually, that's 9. The only thing is I can't redeploy the cage if I do that. So that's the question. I guess this will survive the Wrath. So I could fling it. That's an option.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
I don't know if I can fling it for enough.
Another day.
Alright, dead to a shark. We can also play the Fae so I'm not dead to a shark, rather than leaving up fling. I guess that's better. Although the opponent, if they have the shark, they can scry into just any removal spell and win. Alright, you got it. Been a heck of a game. Pressure on both sides pretty much the whole time. No! Alright, now on upkeep they need to scry into the removal for the Fae. Why did they have to have it? Why did they have to have it, you guys? Okay, one more. No top, no top. Down to the wire. 2 to the bottom. Are they just slow rolling me? Are they just fidgeting? Possible. It's possible they're just fidgeting. If they enter the attack step, I'm going to be so happy. They slam a Typhoon. Okay. Okay. They slam double Typhoon. Oh my gosh. But I'm not dead. I am not dead. And they're at 23. And my giant is a 17. And I can't attack to use the Shadow Spear, and I'm facing 2 sharks. But I have 2 Brazen Borrowers to block with. So that I'm not dead. Alright. We can do this. We can make 1/1s. Game goes on and on and on. 17 cards in my deck, 48 in my opponent's. They have to block, I think, or else I kill them. They can't take it. If they take it, I kill them. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh my god. What a game! Oh man. You have got to be kidding me. I have played 7 Jeskai Lukka decks in a row going into this game. This will be 8 in a row. I go first. I have been on the draw 6 out of 7 games. So this is now on the play 2 out of 8 games. So I'll take my chances. This can go get a cage before we get Lukka'd. Let's go for it. Wait, you're not black mana? Not like this, dude. All right, let's get this out of our hand before they thought erase it. Oh my goodness, it's a different... I'm floored. It's a different deck. Main deck cage. I love you. You are priceless. All right, let's go ahead and Heart's Desire here. And we'll leave up Brazen Borrower. We can bounce the cage if the opponent goes for like a Thought Erasure. Actually, we can't. We can't because we played the Clover. Blue-black, some kind of control. All right, Thought Erase. Probably take the Fae of Wishes. Fae of Wishes makes sense. You don't want me hitting that sideboard. I go hard when I hit that sideboard. Looking at the borrower, though. And of course there's Escape to the Wilds, which they have to concern themselves with. Alright. Fae of Wishes, gotta be the right choice. I feel bad fighting this person for Mythic, because we're really in this together, aren't we? We've both been battling JESKAI LUKKA all day. Life is hard. Let's just get the beast down and hope that they don't take the Escape to the Wilds. Or if they do, let's hope we top deck another. At least this way, if they spend their turn on hand hate, we can beat them down. Apply some pressure. Okay, Sultai. I mean, we really are in this together. Our opponent's got some kind of a brew going with a lot of tap lands. Cry. Ooh, Cry. Keep me from attacking with the beast. Okay. Let's escape. I could escape. Recreate a place that's my own world. I could be your favorite. Anyway, you know the song. Probably. Ooh, ew. Gonna make Mythic. Ooh, gonna get Mythic. Ew. Gonna do it. Temur Adventures loves playing against brews because they don't kill Lucky Clover. This opponent could have Casualties of War. Oh, that's brutal. I was gonna use that. Yeah, Casualties of War is a card. All right, they hit 2 Thought Erasures in their Yorion deck. Feels okay, man. Let's giant up some land, because we can. Right, we want to play that land. Want to Bone Crush that face a lot. Then we need to draw Edgewall Innkeeper. Yeah, they've had the goods. They've hit us. We've resolved one of our card advantage spells, but they've hit us with 2 hand removal spells for the other one. Ooh, that is... I don't think that's what they want, so... That's pretty rough for them. We're gonna bounce this, copy it, bounce this. So that they have to pay mana to get that effect. And that'll time walk them. And draw a Triome, let's draw a card. I think that's better than, well, hold on. If we just deploy a giant and another giant, how are they going to sweep that? They're not going to. Let's just dial up the pressure, guys. In fact, let's save the Brazen till end step. Let's just try to kill him. Let's get him dead. Get that Mythic aggro style. Come on, baby. Ashiok. Okay, you gotta flicker the giant, which we've got another Triome, so we have something to exile. And that's their turn. Here's the borrower. Another land. Die. Go get more land from the deck, because why not? We just need more land in our life. I challenge you again. Can you deal with this? Now, we could play the Bone Crusher Giant. But if we do, another Ashiok means we lose this Beanstalk. I think we hold. Now that they've shown they're an Ashiok gamer, we have to play against it. No! What? Well, I'm still glad I didn't play the Bone Crusher Giant. At least I wasn't punished for that. Oh yeah. Big top deck. Big freaking top deck. Let's go. Yes. Yes. All right. Oh, we got the Fae. Do it. So we have a 1-mana play, right? Cage, Lantern. I guess I don't care much what's going on here. Yeah, let's do Granted. And what do we get to finish this game? Our opponent's at frickin' 11. We could take Fling in anticipation of finding a giant. I don't think that's particularly good. Mass Manipulation can grab something that they play. Genesis Ultimatum is even more value. You know what? I think that the right grabs are Negate. They could hand hate it away, but I think we grab... They're going to need something big to overcome this. But as long as we keep piling value on, I don't think we can lose. So I think we grab the Genesis Ultimatum. I know. That's how you get to Mythic. And I think we grab... Oh wait, does Cage stop that? It does, but it's kind of a draw 5 anyway. Let's grab Once in Future. We can just get back Bone Crusher Giants and win, or we can get more escape into the wilds. Alright, let's look. This is here. This land still has to be played. This is... Entered exile this turn. Is this a fresh borrower? Yeah, they exiled the other one. So these two we still need to play. Alright, let's act. Down goes Eddie. Our opponent scrambling, trying to keep it all together. Another Fae of Wishes. Okay. They left all this mana open. Do they have a counter spell? It's time to get Negate. It's time to get Negate into Disdainful Stroke and try to counter our way through this. Tighten the noose. Do I want to bounce these? I guess so. Because then I can ultimatum, right? Good game! They see it! They see what's up now. Give it to me, baby. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. And we are back for the post-games wrap. For those who want to know, we hit Mythic number 60. I'll click the profile here at the end. And there's not a ton of things to add, so I'm going to take a little moment for the Cool Kids Club to plug an important sponsor who's continued to support me despite all the things going on in the world, and that is eSports Gold. I've mentioned Cool Stuff Inc. a good amount of times. They are freaking sweet. Promo code CGB5 if you want to shop with them. M21 previews are starting soon, so you can pre-order the new set. You should check them out. But I want to give a big shout out here to, thumbs down is not fair, eSports Gold. eSports Gold, really cool website for tracking what you're looking for in esports. So please check it out. There's a link in the description. Every time you click on it, it lets them know that their sponsorship of the channel is helpful. It's basically worth a bit of money every month to me to keep the bills paid, to keep the extra fancy toppings on Gina's pizza. For those of you who, the Cool Kids Club, know what I'm talking about. So please do me a favor. I'm not going to ask you many times every month. I try not to mention sponsorship in every single video. But if you cool kids would do me one favor, open the description and click on the links to eSports Gold and Cool Stuff Inc. Browse around a little, just check it out. Give it just give it 2 minutes of your time. That's all I'm asking. You can do that for free, and it encourages them to keep supporting the channel and help me broadcast to you my Mythic shenanigans. So tomorrow there will hopefully, I would have said this yesterday and I was wrong, but tomorrow hopefully no more agent, no more fires, new meta. I actually think Temur Adventure gets worse in that scenario because the Jeskai Lukka matchup is one that it's pretty good against. The Jeskai Fires matchup is one it's fine with. And the matchups that it doesn't like as much, like food, I think are going to be better. So I don't think you'll see that much of Temur Adventures. It's always this weird fringe deck that is good when nobody prepares for it and is bad when there's really a lot of cheap ways to interact with small creatures and card advantage engines and things like that. So I'm medium on this deck going forward, but I'm glad I got to make the video today and powered through to the beautiful Mythic victory. So do swap out, if you're going to play this competitively, do swap out the Genesis Ultimatum. What I wanted more from this spot, there were a few times I wanted the Spyglass, but I do just want a way to draw a bunch of cards at a reasonable price, and it probably should just be the last Escape to the Wild so you don't draw too many. Just put an Escape in there and put an Adventurous Impulse in the deck, or put a Spyglass in the sideboard. I think anything like that is fine. The Ultimatum's just a bit too expensive and too flashy, in my opinion. Or you could put in Chandra, the Awakened Inferno, the card I always pick on. The cool kids know. They get the joke. All right, thank you for watching this video. I will see you again in the next video. Goodbye.